Vince Cable is the former leader of the Liberal Democrat Party and was Britain's business secretary between 2010 and 2015.
Well, it's extremely important, but at the moment rather one-sided. I mean, we have a lot of Chinese tourists and Chinese students coming to the UK, and they're very welcome, and they make a valuable contribution to the British economy and more generally, but there aren't too many people going the other way. It's partly issues of language, I think, but we haven't yet got any kind of reciprocal flows on a big scale. So I'd like to see more British people going to China. But what I do discover is that where people have studied particularly or had long visits to China or business relationships, this very often consolidates into good friendships and deeper understanding. And that's what we need rather than superficial sloganing.
What would a more stable and mutually beneficial China-UK relationship look like? And what steps should we look out for following this visit?
Well, we had an improving and stable relationship in the days of the coalition government when I was a member and very actively involved in engaging with the Chinese. It was called a golden era, and that was perhaps a bit unfortunate because it gave the rather exaggerated impression about what was actually happening. But nonetheless, the themes were businesslike. It recognised that there were threats, but there were also opportunities, and we have to balance these in a grown-up way. It's the kind of thing which any big company engaging in international business has to do. So I think a realistic relationship that recognises threats and opportunities on both sides and is therefore stable rather than lurching from extreme enthusiasm to deep freeze is essentially what's required.
I can't let you go without mentioning that you're hugely popular on China's Instagram. You have an enormous following, it seems, and huge amounts of interaction with Chinese people on social media.
Well, I'm absolutely delighted with that. I'm not quite sure I have the same level of following here. But no, there's something suggested to me when I was in China a few months ago. There is an excellent organisation called Cam Rivers that promotes exchange between the two countries, and they help to curate my contributions to Red Note. And I'm getting really excellent feedback back from Chinese people, who are, I think, genuinely curious about me. There aren't many former ministers on this account, and generally curious about the UK. And I'm able to discuss this in a very dispassionate, open, honest way, and that seems to go down well with the Chinese readership.